I remember clearly the first time I came to Sibiu, about 15 years ago, and the impression was very strong. For the first, because I was not expecting the town to be so beautiful. And it was a summer, June, sun, and the streets were full of music, theater, and a lot of people interested. So the impression was of vitality and energy. And this impression I receive every time I come back to Sibiu. I participated now to this festival for 8th time. And last night, for instance, unbelievable the feeling, not only during the day, but at the end of the day at 10 o'clock, to see the Philharmonic Orchestra in this huge square with thousands of people. And then afterwards, this French Deus Ex Machina performance. Two very different types of manifestations, expressions of cultural life, but in the same space, with the same spectators. It is a unique situation in festivals in Europe. And therefore, Sibiu is very, very particular. My first reaction was stupefaction. I was very stupefied because everywhere this was happening. It was unbelievable. One would never imagine such a situation. If you have seen it in a film or read it in a book, you would not believe it. So in the beginning was really stupefaction and curiosity, what will happen? And I must say, I was very astonished when I saw all the governments finding solutions, economical solutions, which I had never imagined they would be able to rise. So it was this situation of completely novelty, which for many, many days accompanied me, and we has created a new awareness that anytime the unexpected can hit the whole humanity. And no doubt that there is a feeling in all of us on this planet today that we are much more vulnerable than we believed to be. Of course, it was a sort of trauma. We are accustomed every day to have a routine, a habit, a sort of rigor, discipline in working, and then all this disappeared. So it was as all the meaning of our life was disappearing. And for many, many theater people I know, it has had devastating psychological consequences. Personally, it has been a period where I've dedicated myself to research. I've been creating a journal of theater anthropology. I have begun to develop a lot of activity, digital open source access, how to share my knowledge, all the documents I have in my archives. I have created together with Julia Varley a foundation, and we are doing many activities, both digitally but also presential, with presence now. So I must say that for me, COVID has represented a challenge, a difficulty, which has opened new possibilities. The most impressive performance I've seen, it was the Faust by Purcarete, and this was really something which I've seen in reality 3 times again when I come back, because I really enjoyed the performance. The festival, it is like a huge performance. There is a dramaturgy, unbelievable elaboration of meeting everywhere, in the streets, in other places. And also I must say that for me it's a moment where I meet Georges Banu, which has become a very important dialogue partner. And here in Sibiu, I have the possibility of developing this sort of familiar and in-depth dialogue. Normally, you name theater buildings to somebody who is dead. So yes, I'm of course very proud and also very grateful to Constantin Kyriak for his friendship. Of course, I read enormously, many things which can go from fiction to theatrical things, biographies. I'm very much interested in biographies. And I also write quite a lot, and I have great difficulties in writing. So it takes me many days in order just to write 1 page. So this is also a sort of work for imagination, how to condense, how to distill the sentences. And of course, working with the actors every day obliges you to not to repeat yourself. I mean, it is something which human nature refuses, just a sort of dull repetition. Our brain is built in such a way that all the time needs new stimuli in order to react. Therefore, all the work, the rehearsals, is a huge stimulation for all of us involved in it, in order not to repeat ourselves. Sometimes it's very difficult, because after so many years, after 55 years, I mean, we have so many habits, so many conditioned reflexes. So all this is something which obliges me to not to remain on the same level. You heard now that Peter Brook was saying to Georges Banu, "How are you?" And he said, "Oh, I'm well." Well, don't remain there, because it means that you are descending, lowering the level. And this is, I mean, if all the time you have to find a situation of challenge which obliges you to revitalize your energies and your possibilities. If you are a surgeon, a doctor, and you are operating, you are not thinking of all the people who is suffering of cancer. At that moment you are operating, and all your attention, concentration, knowledge is on how to move the scalpel, the knife, which is opening the human body. So the same is when you are in an activity, you forget, of course. Then afterwards you can decide, we can try to direct the result of my activity to this situation or to that place or to those people. But at the same time, I am like a teacher in a classroom, and I have 20 students. And the only influence I have on this planet is on these 20 students, not on the whole world. Therefore, I'm just trying to work with these 20 students, my actors and a few collaborators, in order that something can remain in the memories and in the feelings of the people who see our performances, and I know that it leaves traces. I know because I have literally thousands of proofs that what you have been sowing has given harvest. You are sowing rabbits, and in reality, what you see the next generations are doing is that they have become lions. So it is an improvement.